So this is what I looked like back in New Zealand when 1975 when I was there. This is my friend's house. These are the last remaining photographs that I have.
And then the day after we moved in, the rain started and didn't stop for about 2 months. It's been hacked around a bit. Okay. So after the room has become... Oh my God, the tiny bathroom. No! Dead possum. Yeah. My beautiful bench top. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Marie, Hippie winter stay from Helen, 27/7/70. We do.
It's ours.
It's ours. I didn't know we'd left it behind.
Oh, look. Isn't that weird?
In the end, it was a real wrench to leave.
Just some people felt that their only way to do things was their way and there was no give or take. So there's only so long you can battle that.
And as time went on and it got easier to get in here, I guess it was easier for a few no-hoper types to move in too. I miss it in a way, but although I miss it, I don't regret having done it. You know, what's life if you can't try something a little bit different? There was certainly no support of any kind. We were paying a lease on it at exactly the same rates as anyone who leased land for grazing from the Crown. I mean, that was the local myth, that bloody hippies, free land. Why should they have that? But that was a load of bollocks.
The people that came to our community to begin with were what you would describe as hippies, you know, colourful clothes and long hair, who had incredibly varying degrees of commitment. And there were people who played and people who were deadly serious. I mean, I was really serious about it for a really long time and gave it my heart and soul and felt that others didn't really take it that seriously. I think most people left disillusioned, and a number of people who lived there for a very long time left very embittered and disillusioned.
The whole thing does make me feel a tiny bit melancholic when I go over there, and there's heaps of food over there. A lot of it just falls off the trees, apples, nuts, onto the ground, and just disappears back into the ground. There's more people over there than you see when you wander around. The last count I heard just the other day was that there are probably about 20 children and perhaps 25 adults. And when I walk around I see 5 people. The second generation is just beginning to live there. I'd wait for their children to make a judgment on it as to see whether it's really going to go anywhere or not.
Today is what we call a community work day. So once a fortnight we have a community work day on a Saturday. Probably should have them every week, but back in the early days we had them every day. You know, every day was a community work day. We did everything, sort of more did everything together back then. As people got their own houses built and started putting in their own veggie plots and stuff, we've sort of gradually become more like an eco-village where people have their own space.
All our members are over 50 and now we're saying, where are all the young people? No, so we've caught up with ourselves in a way.
Well, none of my children have thought seriously about coming back here to live. But perhaps if global warming and the economic climate out there got really, really bad, that this is a haven for our families to come back to if they need to. It's here. If I was asked would I do this again, I'd say no, because I know how much enormous amount of commitment and work it's taken, but actually I have no regrets either.
Naivety has its its upside. You just go into something without thinking, oh, that's too hard, I can't do it. And that's why I skinned a horse and I built a house and things like that, because if I had known at the beginning what I knew at the end, I quite possibly wouldn't have taken it on in the first place.
There was a political awareness that grew too about our own position here. We were all sitting around at the Onekaka Hall when the Truxton came in, and we were all thinking, what could we do about the USS Truxton with its nuclear power and nuclear weapons on board? We felt so strongly about it, we thought, well, maybe we could make the hall nuclear free. And everyone in Golden Bay laughed at us. But within 4 years, it was the most popular policy of the Labor government. And it just showed to me we were only a small group, but we actually had some clout.
For a lot of people, the 60s represented the greatest freedom they've possibly ever had in their life. It was a colourful time, it was a liberating time, an exciting time, and that time hasn't really happened again.